By the end of this video, when you pick up an item, it's going to appear in the bottom left of our screen in a nice little pop-up, and it'll fade away just like that. When you pick up multiple items, they'll stack on top of each other and be queued. They'll also dequeue and keep stacking and fading away. This will work even if you didn't follow our previous tutorials. You should be able to fit this nicely into your game. But if you did follow the tutorials, you'll see them in our inventory. Very cool, very exciting. Let's check it out. Cool, so in our previous video, we got our items set up. If you haven't followed the tutorial up until now, that's fine. If you have items that you can collect, this should be able to work for you. So I have a UI canvas, which we're gonna add a new panel to. So let's right click and go UI panel. I'm gonna call this ItemPopupContainer. So we obviously don't want this to be this big. If you open up the rect transform on this anchor presets on the side here where it says stretch, I'm going to anchor it to the bottom left, then change its width to be 300 and its height to be 500. So each of my pop-ups are going to have a width of 300 and they're going to be 100 in height. So I'm going to have a maximum of 5 pop-ups being able to fit in this slot. If you want this to be bigger, you know, I want 10, obviously make this 1,000 high. If you want it to be smaller and only show maximum 3 pop-ups, make it 300 high. It's up to you. I'm going to leave this image for now, just so we can see the pop-ups appearing, but obviously if you don't want a background on this, you can just untick it. Then you can see this positioned in the middle of our screen. We don't want that. I'm going to double click on our ItemPopUp controller and scroll out. You can see this is the camera for our view. I'm just going to click on the move tool and drag this into the bottom left of our screen. Cool, next on our item pop-up container, I'm going to right click and add a UI image, and I'm going to call this our item pop-up. This is going to be the background. I'm going to set the width, like I said, to 300 and keep the height at 100. In my sprites, I've got this little dialog box image, which I'm going to drag into my image on my item pop-up. So we've got a nice little background. Then on item pop-up, I'm going to right click again, go UI image, and I'm going to rename this our item icon, which is going to display a picture of our item that we've picked up. So I'm going to set the width and height to something a bit smaller, so it fits within the borders. 75 to 75 works. And the position to be -100, so it fits nicely in the corner, like so. Next, I'm going to have the name of our item appear on the side next to the icon. So I'm going to right click on item pop-up again, go UI text, and call this item text. I'm just going to set the position of this to be 40 and scroll down to the vertex color, our text color, set this to be black. And I've got a custom font that I've imported. So I'm going to drag that in and set the alignment to be centered. Cool, very nice. Now we're going to have multiple pop-ups appear in here. If I copy and paste this one, you can see nothing's happening. They're all just stacking one on top of the other. So an easy way to make these stack for us nicely is to click on our item pop-up container, click add component and add a vertical layout group. I'm going to untick child force expand on height and I'm going to set the child alignment to be lower left. Now, if I copy and paste some item pop-ups, you'll see they appear one on top of the other. Very nice. Cool, now we're going to want our item pop-ups to be a prefab. So if you click and drag from the hierarchy into your assets folder, you can then delete this item pop-up and click on item pop-up container and we'll add a script. We're going to add component, new script, and I'll name this ItemPickupUIController. It's quite long, but at least it's descriptive. Double click on this, and in here we're actually going to make an instance of the script. So we'll go public static ItemPickupUIController instance, then brackets get semicolon private set. An instance means that any other script in our game can access this script without having to set a reference to it. I'm doing this so that our items will be able to access this when they're picked up, and every single item in our game doesn't have to grab a reference of this script. Instead, this one script calls out to all. So cool, hopefully that makes sense. You'll see how we use it later in our item, but otherwise we're also going to want a public game object of our pop-up prefab, public int of our max pop-ups. I'm going to set mine to a default of 5, and a public float for our pop-up duration. Next, we're going to want a private read-only queue of game objects, and I'm going to call this active pop-ups and set it to be equals new. So instead of start, we're going to want to use awake, as we want this to happen first, and go if this instance equals null. So we've never run this script before. We want to set this instance to equal this. So we're storing a reference to the script. Else, so if there is already an instance and we've somehow created another one of these scripts, we're going to destroy this game object because something's gone wrong. It shouldn't really happen, but just in case it does, we'll add a debug log error. Now we're not going to want this update function, but we are going to want a public void show item pickup. And in here, as we want it to appear on our pop-up, we're going to want a string of our item name to go in the text and a sprite of our item icon to go on the icon. Cool. So we're going to want a game object called new popup to equal instantiate popup prefab, comma, transform. Passing in this transform means it'll appear inside our panel. Now let's set our new popups dot get component in children and pass in tmp underscore text. To grab the text, it's going to have a red underline, so we go show potential fixes and add using text mesh pro tmp pro at the top, then brackets dot text and set this to equal item name. Now to get the image, it's not quite as simple as just saying get component in children and passing in image, because if we take a look at our item pop-up, we've got an image for our background, which is our dialog box symbol, and an item icon image. So to grab that specific item icon image, in our script we're going to go image and add using Unity Engine UI item image equals new popup dot transform dot find and pass in item icon. And this is the name of the game object of my item icon. So make sure you're using whatever name you put in for this item icon object. Cool. So then I'm going to say question mark to check if it's null or not, and say dot get component image. I'm going to go if item image, then item image dot sprite equals item icon. Cool. Next we want to queue this up. So we'll go active popups dot in queue and pass in our new pop-up, and then say we've got 5 items picked up and we're about to pick up number 6. We're going to want to destroy the bottom one and add the top one. To do that, we go if active popups.count is greater than max popups. So we've just added this new pop-up and now it's hit 6. We're going to destroy active popups.dequeue. So it'll grab the oldest object in that list. Cool. And of course we don't want these pop-ups to stay around forever, so we want them to fade out on their own and be destroyed. So to do this, as you do with anything over time, we're going to write a new private I enumerator, and I'll call this fade out and destroy. And we're going to pass in our game object of our pop-up. Then inside here we'll go yield, return, new, wait for seconds, and pass in our pop-up duration. So when we call this, it's going to wait for our pop-up's duration length, and then to make sure if it has been dequeued and destroyed, it doesn't crash, we're going to say if our pop-up equals null, we'll yield break. And if our pop-up hasn't been destroyed and it's going to fade out on its own, we're going to go canvas group equals pop-up dot get component canvas group, and we'll say for float time passed equals 0. Time passed is less than 1, and time passed plus equals time dot delta time. So as time ticks on, we're going to check again if our pop-up is null. In fact, I'll just copy this line. If pop-up equals null, yield break, as it may have been destroyed again from dequeuing. Otherwise, canvas group dot alpha equals 1f minus time passed. Then we'll yield return null. What this will do is slowly fade out our image's alpha. The alpha is what makes it either opaque or transparent, so it will slowly fade away. Cool, then outside here, once it's faded out, we're going to go destroy, pop-up. Cool, and now that's written, we can grab our fade out and destroy, and at the bottom, under our comment, we're going to want to go start coroutine, fade out and destroy, and pass in our new pop-up. And that's it for this script. Cool, the next thing we want to do is back in Unity, on our item, we have, if I scroll down, an item script. In here, if I double click, all we have right now is an ID. So we're going to want to add a public string name, so we can put that in the text on our pop-ups. And we also want to add a function for when this item gets picked up. So we're going to go public virtual void pickup. I've made this virtual, so if you pick up an item and want something different to happen, you'll be able to extend from this and change it as you like. But right now, all of them are going to act the same and go sprite item icon equals get component image, add in Unity Engine UI dot sprite. Then we'll say if our ItemPickupUIController dot instance is not null, just in case. Then we'll go ItemPickupUIController dot instance dot show item pickup and pass in our name and our item icon. Cool, and that's all we need for that little function. Now we're going to want to call this pickup when we pick up an item. In Unity, on my player is where I handle my item collecting. So I have this player ItemCollecter script. If I double click on this, you can see I have an onTrigger enter 2D. When I grab this item, I add it to my inventory. And here, if the item is added successfully to our inventory, is where I'm going to want to go item.pickup. And that's all I need. Very cool. Now let's go back to Unity and check out our scripts. So I'm going to delete this prefab again. On our ItemPopUp container, we have our ItemPickupUIController Script. We're going to need a pop-up prefab inside this game object slot. So I'll grab mine from my assets and stick it in there. Oh, it looks like I didn't set a pop-up duration. I'm just going to go back to my script. And yeah, this pop-up duration I'm going to set to a default of FreeF. My bad. What you can also do, if I go back to Unity, is set this in the inspector anyway, which I'm going to reset back to free. So our pop-up should appear for 3 seconds and then slowly fade away. Next, I need to go to my item prefabs, scroll down, and our item script now has a name slot. So I'm going to name this one Potion, and then I'm going to go to my heart item and call this Heart. Next, on our item pop-up, if I click on this prefab, we're also going to want to add our canvas group. And this is what makes our pop-up be able to fade away with this alpha. So cool, that should be all the setup we need. We've got our items here ready to test. Let's press play and pray. So if I check my inventory, we've got some empty slots ready to get these new items in. If I walk on over, keep your eye on the bottom left, ready? Haha, potion. Very nice. Let's see, it's fading away. Heart potion. Let's watch it fade away. Nice. Very nice. I'm going to go to my prefabs and drag some more into the game so we can see them queuing and dequeuing. And let's go. Heart. Normal. Normal. Heart. Very cool. Oh, I can't pick them up fast enough to see the dequeuing. Let me up our player's movement speed. Player movement. He's going to be so fast. 10 from 2. This guy got some speed boots on or something. Whoa, oh my god, okay, whatever. You can see how it's just... Okay, that was too fast. Ta-da! You can see they're getting destroyed and replaced with the newest one at the top. Ooh, let's check out our inventory. Now that's a lot of potions. Cool, as always, this will all be on my Patreon, as well as every other script I've ever written. The base template is also up for sale if you want to grab that. Get it at a discount and get all the future features and updates as they come out for free. And be sure to subscribe for next time, where we're going to be adding a hotbar to our inventory. So you'll be able to drag them down to the hotbar and use your items. Very cool. See you in the next one. Bye.